In a world where love and greed wrestle for control, choices can shape destinies. This is the story of Amanda, a young girl with dreams of knowledge, caught in the struggle between a father's wisdom and a mother's hunger for wealth. Her journey would take her from innocence to betrayal, from tears to triumph, and in the end, the lesson would be clear. Greed can destroy, but courage and education can rebuild a destiny. This is Amanda's story, The Price of Greed. In the quiet town of Umocha lived the Okafor family. To the outside world, they looked complete. A hardworking father, a beautiful mother, and their only daughter, Amanda. But inside their home, love and unity was slowly fading. Amanda's father was a humble farmer, a man who valued peace and believed that knowledge was the key to a better future. Day after day, he worked under the sun, returning home with tired hands but hope in his heart. Her mother, however, had different dreams. She craved wealth, fine clothes, and the admiration of others. She looked at her neighbors with envy, longing for the kind of life that came with money and status. Amanda, only 17, dreamed of becoming a teacher. She often imagined herself guiding children, teaching them to read and write. Her father encouraged her, telling her that knowledge would carry her farther than riches ever could. But her mother dismissed the dream as foolish, insisting that marriage to a wealthy man was the only path to success. And so, beneath one roof, two visions clashed, one rooted in wisdom, the other in greed. As time passed, Amanda's mother's hunger for riches grew. She spent her afternoons gossiping with friends, mocking her husband's simple farming life, and comparing herself to women who lived in luxury. Amanda often overheard these conversations. Each word pierced her heart. She longed for school, for books and learning, but her mother blocked every attempt, telling her education would never bring wealth. Her father remained her only supporter, encouraging her quietly. But peace in their home was gone, replaced by tension, arguments, and resentment. One day, fate brought Chief Obidike into their lives. He was a wealthy trader in his late 50s, with gold rings, a booming laugh, and the pride of riches. When he noticed Amanda at the market, he decided he wanted her. He approached the family with promises of wealth, a car, monthly allowance, and bags of rice. For Amanda's mother, it was the answer to her silent prayers. She saw respect, status, and the riches she had always wanted. Her father, however, was furious. He saw danger, betrayal, and the destruction of his daughter's future. But his objections were drowned out by his wife's excitement. Preparations for the wedding began. Amanda's tears were ignored. The wedding was grand. Drums filled the air, guests danced, and people praised Amanda's mother for her new fortune. She paraded proudly in lace and jewelry, beaming with pride. But Amanda's heart was broken. Behind her forced smiles were swollen eyes from nights of crying. Her father sat quietly in the corner of the celebration, powerless, watching his daughter walk into a golden cage. The mansion Amanda entered was no paradise. Chief Obidik's other wives mocked her daily, reminding her she was only one among many. Her movements were restricted, her voice silenced, her dreams crushed. Every night Amanda wept in loneliness, remembering the days when she still had hope. Meanwhile, her mother enjoyed a newfound status. She wore expensive clothes, drove around in the car, and boasted to friends about her rich son in law. Neighbors whispered behind her back, saying she had sold her daughter for wealth. Her father grew weaker, his heart heavy with sorrow. One night, Amanda caught her husband with another woman. When she tried to speak, he struck her. Beaten and broken, She fled into the darkness, barefoot and trembling, until she reached her father's home. Her father wept as he held her, promising she would never return to that house. For him, poverty was better than watching his daughter destroyed. Her mother, furious, saw Amanda's return as the end of her riches. But for the first time, the father stood firm. He chose his daughter's life over wealth. Amanda began again from nothing. She started selling food at the market, saving little by little. In the evenings, she gathered children and taught them to read. Her gift for teaching became known throughout the town. Her father supported her with all he had, proud of her determination. Though mocked at first, Amanda pressed forward. Slowly, her savings grew and she gained admission into a teacher training college. It was not easy. There were nights of hunger and days of exhaustion, but Amanda endured, her childhood dream guiding her every step. Years later, Amanda stood tall as a respected teacher. She wore no gold, but she carried dignity and honor. She became a role model to young girls who once doubted their own worth. Meanwhile, her mother's world collapsed. Chief Obidike stopped sending money. Friends who once praised her disappeared. Debts piled up, and regret filled her heart. From a distance, she watched Amanda teaching with pride and respect. Tears streamed down her face as the truth struck her. Wealth gained through greed fades, but knowledge and integrity endure. By now, Amanda's father was old and frail, yet on the day she graduated, his heart was full. He sat smiling as his daughter received a certificate, proof that her dream had come true. Amanda, once forced into misery, had risen above it all. She had become the teacher she always longed to be. Her mother wept silently in regret. Her father smiled in pride. And Amanda, with gratitude in her heart, carried her story forward. A story that proved greed can destroy a family, but courage, love, and education can rebuild a destiny. Amanda's journey reminds us that greed may promise comfort, but it leads only to sorrow. True success lies in courage, patience, and the pursuit of knowledge. If Amanda's story touched your heart, don't forget to share it, like it, and subscribe for more real life stories that inspire, teach, and heal. Until next time, stay strong, stay hopeful, and remember, every choice we make writes our destiny.